splendid, and it's really good fun, really. So big welcome to the Alfa Club as well, for doing that again, for being great. And just hoping if the weather kind of doesn't get too bad, it stays off, but if it gets a bit wet and slippery, it's even more fun, isn't it? So first of all, just saying a couple of things. Obviously, Tony here is put it all together for us, and we've paid on track. So massive thanks very much, Tony, for putting it all together. And we've got a little group of helpers as well for doing the training. So Tony got Paul. So we're going to go off. But Tony's going to do a bit of a briefing, what we're going to do first, then we'll go off and do the morning session, then we'll do 2 rounds, come back in, grab a coffee and then back out and do 2 more rounds. Yeah, okay. And then off to this afternoon. One thing to say is, do try to stay off the grass. So last time, I think we got a couple of people went on the grass, it wasn't too good.
Not too good.
No, it's quite funny to watch.
But one car was written off because somebody went on the grass.
Yeah, so you really stay on the grass. Be careful.
The grass is really, really fast here. If you go on the grass, you will accelerate, and the concrete wall's very close.
Yeah, not much runoff there, really.
So if you go on the grass at any speed, you're almost certainly going to have a bad crash. So just keep it sensible, and if it rains, keep it twice as sensible.
So yeah, we'll be careful. But otherwise, yes, so leave with you through the
Okay. Right, so what we're doing this morning, we're going to go out and do some exercises, come back in after 2, grab coffee, go back out, do the other 2. Then we'll come in for lunch, which should be about 12:40. The gates here will be closed until then. They will open for lunch until about 1:15. Then we head back, so if you need fuel or anything else, that's when you can go out. If anyone needs to leave before then, you can go over that walkway here. If you have to take your car out, I suggest you, I hope it's a little small Lotus and you've got to carry it over there. Now before we get going, instructors, there are 7 radios in the dock room, so grab one before you disappear out to your post. Now we should be out on track about 10 o'clock, but it's driven by the horses until they come off, and they're not supposed to be there after 10. They could be off sooner than that, but they rule the place, so until they're gone, we're not going anywhere.
Probably about 15 minutes. Only had to see the lights gone off, so about 15 minutes
that's
to be on track.
promising then. Cool. Thanks, Simon. This is Simon, who's in charge.
Hey guys.
Today. So if you have any issues, see him or me or Brian.
Or Natalie in the calf. Natalie's in the calf as well.
Yeah, Natalie's in the calf. Right. You can have passengers in the morning sessions. That's okay. And it doesn't matter too much if they haven't signed an indemnity. If you're having a passenger in the afternoon session, group, slow group, or the second slowest group, they're actually done by colour, orange or green. You can have a passenger if they've signed an indemnity whilst there's a pace car. Once the pace car goes away, no passengers. In the other 2 groups, you can only have a passenger if you have a roll cage, certified roll cage, and 4-point harnesses or better, and they've signed an indemnity. Anyway, okay with that? All good? Okay. Well, that's,
I just put a roll cage in there.
oh, okay. Just this morning.
Yeah, just that.
We have a medic in the ambulance over here. There he is. Hopefully you won't need him. If anyone has any special conditions, not a bad idea to let him know before we head out. Okay, now you've all got a number 1, 2, 3 or 4. Nothing to do with the afternoon sessions, just the morning sessions. When we head out onto the track, I'm going to say we go that way, but that would create a bit of havoc, wouldn't it? We'll go out here. Everyone's facing this way. This track runs clockwise, and we'll be doing that today. So when we head out on the circuit this morning, go out into pit lane just here and immediately turn right. Group 1 stops at the first exercise, which is just up at that corner. Group 2 stops at the second exercise, which you'll find a bit further along. Group 3 unsurprisingly stops at the 3rd exercise. And hopefully I don't need to say where group 4 stops. what you're going to be doing at each exercise will be explained to you briefly when you get there. But before we do that, for people that haven't done much of this sort of thing, especially seat position, steering wheel position, are little items that will actually make a big difference if you've got them wrong. First of all, your seat position should be such that when your back is on the back of the seat, not when you're leaning forward, and your arms are out, the steering wheel should be about here. Yeah, on the steering wheel. So if it's here, you're too far away. If it's here, you're too close. The other thing that's really important is when your foot is hard on the brake, and I mean like pushing for all you're worth, you should still have some bend in your knee. Two reasons for that. One, if you haven't, you can run out of ability to push on the brake pedal. And two, if you actually crash into anything and your leg is completely straight, the ambulance men will tell you that that's how you brake it, or push it up into whatever this part's called, which is a bit ugly. Steering wheel. Who drives at 10 and 2? No one? With their hands at 10 and 2 on the wheel? No one? Right, we need to get you to change that to 9 and 3 down here instead of up there. And the reason for that, in an ambulance method, the main reason is airbags. When an airbag goes off, if your hands are at 10 and 2, it fires your arm into your wrist. Now this ambulance chap I was talking to said they pluck a number of rings and stones out of people's foreheads. Apparently none of us actually see the third eye up here. It wouldn't be so bad, but no one so far has actually managed to get it in the middle. So really, and if you've been doing 10 and 2, like a lot of us are taught to, it's really, really hard to go down to 9 and 3. So you got to think about that for quite a bit. It's going to take a while to change. The other thing there, when you're on a track, and for smooth driving on the road as well, don't be shuffling the steering wheel when you go around corners. When you're doing things like the slalom course with the evasion on the emergency braking, if you shuffle, you've got no shot of getting around these things. And that goes when you're on the road as well. Trying to drive smoothly is much more smooth to drive like that than it is to go shuffle. But again, we're often taught to shuffle or take handfuls of steering wheel. And that probably came back to the days when cars didn't have power steering and you didn't have too many choices unless you went to the gym a lot. So, or if you had a Lotus, it wasn't a problem because they're so light anyway. So try and get out of the shuffling mode and hold the steering wheel 10 and 3. But when you get in your cars initially, just check that seating position. That will help you as the day goes on. That's about all we're going to cover for now, because the rest of it will be explained as you get out, and you really don't need to know about this afternoon yet. Information overload. So you've probably got what's the time? So how long do you reckon you've got?
I'll shoot down there now and see how he's going.
Okay, so those who need a last minute coffee, this is your last chance. Any questions?
Yes. Yep. Wearing helmets, overalls, and whatever.
Not for the morning session, no.
So you don't need to wear a helmet or overalls.
Don't need a helmet or overalls, but you must have closed shoes.
Yeah, the outlook
If
is
we're hot swap in the car, we go to number 4 and then we come back.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, we've got, how many cars have we got that have got 2 people driving the same car? It's only 2. Which group are you in?
4.
And what about you guys?
1 and 2.
Okay. What group are you in?
1 and 3.
Right. What we need to do, each group will cycle through the exercise 3 or 4 times. So that get the cars with 2 drivers to start first in the group, and then they can come around and get on the back of the group for the second driver to go in. So they're not pushing in people, we're just trying to get 2 people through in the same car. Okay with that? And let the instructor at each exercise know that you've got 2 cars, because we're all old, we can get things really quickly.
Well, thanks guys, it's good, thanks.
What day is it, Alan? Any other questions?
And you're going to have another drive briefing before we go to...
Before we do the track sessions in the afternoon, yeah. Now I can't reiterate enough about the keep off the grass thing. In the slalom course you do a U-turn round the end cone. Now last year or the year before, somebody trying to be too clever got on the grass, it actually backed their car into the concrete wall, and just in a slalom course, which is supposed to be simple and easy. It's a tight turn, but if you do it slowly, we did it in a borer, no problem. You can stay on the, so that's a small car. You can stay on the tarmac, no problem. If you have to reverse up, but do not go on the grass. Okay? It's not just don't go on the grass fast when you're turning. Let's have a don't go on the grass policy, because the guy that actually manages this whole place does a really good job of the grass, and he's just a tiny bit fussy about it. He's not here today, but he will find you. So he's got some big machines, so he might come and put one in your driveway, a place where you don't like it. So yeah, please stay off the grass. Have I said that enough? Probably. Yeah. Alright, anyone sees someone on the grass, take a picture, we want it. We can send them the bill for a quick second. Okay, unless anyone's got a question, we're all set to wait for the horse. So Simon will come back and so be ready, we should be gone in the next few minutes within the
Okay, so this is the driver training morning part of the Club Lotus Pukekohe driver training track day, and this slalom, first slalom, is just basically go around the cones, not knock any cones over, don't go on the grass, and so lots of Lotuses and things, and lots of Lotus, Porsche, all sorts of things in this group. So there's a few different groups, I think there's 4 different groups that people are in. To match the braking and stop without hypothetically going up the back, and then they do a U-turn and then head back, and then the opposite car does the braking then. Cheers. You know, it only cost me $600 when I first bought it.
Really?
Yeah, it took a bit of work though, that I did all myself on it. And,
right.
But it's original paint, and I just did dentless paint removal on it and gave it a cut and a polish, and
Brilliant.
I've done washers on the front and
All the bits and pieces.
water pumps and all the other bits. Brake bias on the back and brake pipes and things.
Brilliant. Right, off you go.
Right, is she going in the left or the right? I'll go the right. Right, she does the braking now.
This is morning tea, isn't it? This looks nice. Whoa, look at the linkage in there. Somebody managed to go and get some petrol. Oh, just spotted a Lotus Escort. Oh, nice. Lovely. Look at this. Beautiful.
It's caged too. Is it? Oh, half cage. It's probably smart. Wow. Lovely. How smart that engine is. Oh, super light R400. Look at this for a colour. Oh, that's a nice colour. Is that the one I... No, that's a different one. See, that's a colour. I think because I painted my trailer and it didn't suit the trailer. But it suits this. GT410 Sport Lotus Aurora. Oh, that's a nice colour.
That thing's safe. The classic engineering and everything.
That's beastie. Oh, I do like this, especially in silver. MC12 C-4 or something. This will supercharged Mini Cooper. What a beastie tires on that. Nice tasty Busso V6. Hey, how are you? Haven't seen you in a long time. So you're still doing classic trials?
Yeah, I restarted quite recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
First run down here, I think we'll do a 70k, approximately 70-75 is fine.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the
When you've got a couple cars left in the pit lane, then pick them out.
When I blow my whistle, I want you to stop the car as quickly as you can.
I don't know, I'm going to go.
Right, so push on the brake pedal as hard as you can. We want to put the ABS working on the set. So, should anyone not felt their ABS work? Not the only one? Everyone else has. Usually the pedal will shut up. Some cars, it actually shutters and it goes all the way near the floor. When it comes back, it scares the hell out of you. It did me the first time it happened. I thought it wasn't going to stop. But most people, in the first instance, don't push hard enough to even make ABS work. And the whole thing about ABS is, under hard braking, when it's activated, you turn the steering wheel and the car goes and you turn it. If you don't have ABS, the wheels lock up, you turn the steering wheel, and it only, if you're trying to turn there, ABS will turn there, locked up brakes will only turn there. You won't avoid what you're trying to avoid. Which is why it's probably the best single engineering if you use it.
So what would affect that from the tyres?
No, because the tyres will lock up momentarily and then they'll release and roll, and then they'll lock up and then they'll release and lock up 20 times a second. So for you, you've got to emulate that with your brake pedal. Yeah, so you brake hard till it locks, and then you release just a tiny bit, and then it holds.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, it's not easy and it takes a lot of practice.
Give me 20 metres spare.
Yeah. But the other thing you see if you're standing there watching this is that half the braking space is gobbled up from the time I blow the whistle to the time you actually get your foot on the brake and the car actually starts to slow down. But that's just reality. So when something turns to crap in front of you, all you can do is brake as hard as you can, as quick as you can, and steer around it, which is what we'll do. After we've done one run and you felt that, we're going to put some cones in your way. So you will then have to brake, go hard left, and then hard right to avoid the cones. So this is where it's really important to be holding the steering wheel at 9 and 3 so you can cross your arms and get a big gob of lock each way. If you're up here at 10 and 2 or anywhere else, you can't. And if you feed this thing through your hands, you'll have gone through the cones and disappeared off the end of the circuit before you turn anywhere. It just won't work. So, first run we'll do at 70, 75, and it's just braking. After everyone's done that, we'll go back to 60, and you've got to avoid things, you've got to brake hard. So in the first instance, I want to see you braking so hard that the ABS is working, and you don't take your foot off the brakes until the car stops. Those with a manual, good idea to push the clutch in. Any questions? Any cars with 2 drivers? No? Okay, we're all good. Gilbert, you won't have ABS. You know what to do, you've done this before.
Yep.
I'll try and stop.
That's what I'll be doing now. I'll be doing that all. Trying to stop. Yeah. I love it.
Okay, we're all
Just
good.
make it friendly.
At least the cones are much the same colour as your car, so you won't be able to tell. So we had a McLaren just completely destroy one cone, he just blew it to bits.
Today,
Yes.
today,
Yeah. He was smiling.
That was Dave.
Alright, so we're all good?
Cool.
Okay, when you've done your run, slow down so I can talk to you, then you come back up this pit lane, face the wrong way. So something we'll do is U-turn to come up pit lane where the yellow signs are here, and then you come out of this gate here, come along here, get back in the back of the queue. All good?
Beauty.
I'll just scurry off down there.
So what do we do?
Down here, about 70 kilometres an hour. Oh, you haven't got ABS, so you want to pulse your brakes. Best you can, get to stop as quick as you can, and bring it right to a halt.
What's the whistle for?
That's to tell you when to put your foot on the brake.
Oh yeah.
Okie doke, off you go.
Push harder on the brakes,
Yep.
much harder.
Yep.
In fact, go up here, give it a bit of a squirt, and get on the brakes, just briefly lock them up. I want you to be able to feel them lock up so you know how much pedal pressure that is.
Yep. I think I just did it automatically because as soon as it felt to lock up, I didn't lock it up.
It didn't lock up here at all.
No, but I felt like it was just about to.
I would wager you could break a bit harder than that.
Okay.
Put money on it.
Right.
So just give it a shot down here and see how much more pressure before it locks up.
Oh yeah.
And then you can apply that next time, which will be 60k and it's worth.
All right. Okay.
Cool.
The brakes. Well, you meant to swerve this time, eh? You meant to do what? 65 k's in the swerve. Did you say 65 or 60? 60. Does it swerve either way? What
No,
is...
you can only go right.
Oh yeah.
Go left, you end up on the grass.
Oh yeah. He said I didn't try hard enough last time.
Right, that means try harder.
Yep.
That was pretty quick, but braking, once it locks up, you can't steer.
Yep. What is it? 65 is it? You made a
70, round about there.
Oh yeah, I went way too fast last time I think.